Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Monday night Zoom edition, and the FUD is flying. Binance is busted by the SEC. They filed suit this morning, and the market went a little crazy. Bitcoin dropped about 6%. Binance coin took a big hit too. Not good. I know I got stopped out of a few of my trades. So this event and the timing of it is actually going to change how I conduct today's Zoom call. So let's get started. You should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. Okay, I'm have to mute
Yeah, we can
Craig.
see it.
All
Yes.
right.
Is that what happened today? I was wondering why it dropped 8%
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
Usually we look at the day chart in the last few days. We're going to bail on that and go to, let's say, the 15-minute. Okay. So the announcement came right about here at 9. It was trending down anyway. Maybe it was 8. It might have been 8 Pacific. Yeah, because here's the big drop. So, yeah, boom, 5%. It was already trending down, so it maybe took a while for the news to get out. Not sure if that's the only reason Bitcoin fell today. Sometimes it's a little harsh on Mondays anyway. So I think when you combine those things, um, yeah, it caused trouble. I had 3 long positions from early this morning. All of them got stopped out, so that was a bummer. But I've taken a couple longs since then, but I've been pretty cautious. I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
Was
This
that
trend,
Binance or Binance US?
Binance,
Okay.
but they didn't really make a distinction in the Twitter feed I saw, and there's a long response from CZ, Sheng Xiaoping, I think his name is.
Right.
Probably butchered it, but he's just saying, we're tired of this kind of, um, how they're essentially enforcing SEC actions through litigation, basically regulation through litigation. So again, all of us in crypto are saying, please provide some guidance regarding regulation in the US so that we can have some rules to follow. Because the SEC is just winging it. That's what most people think. And it's a real problem for those in the US. And then obviously it trickles into, the prices for cryptos as they affect people in other parts of the world. So it's incredibly annoying, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can profit off of it. So we got a big drop, trending up a little bit since about noon. Yeah, we're up a little over 1%. So I'm reluctant to do anything that's contrarian. That's going to be my 1, 2, 3 dip strategies, which I use the RSI 15-minute indicators to find, or divergence, which I like a lot because if the market's going to keep dropping, those strategies usually aren't effective. So we will look at some of those setups today, but I'm going to encourage people to do something more trend-based for the next, not necessarily a period of time, but until we have a better idea what Bitcoin's going to do. It's up a little bit, but mostly going sideways on the 15-minute chart at the moment. So I've got Ethereum up as well. Actually, let's look at this 15-minute chart. It is a big drop down here, just well below 1800, then shot up, and it's gone mostly sideways, but more down than it's not doing as well as Bitcoin is. Okay, any questions or comments about the events of the day, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or the market overall? Okay, so what do we do now? Let's check out Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some day trade setups. Okay, Altcoin Alert, I'm gonna reload. And I am on the altcoin radar. It's my preference. I want to see all the columns that are available. I'm going to sort first by the AA score. And looking for values 80 and higher. I haven't had many of those until now. Mana, Decentraland, it's 81.1. And I like this one. I trade it from time to time. And then we also have Didex, DYDX at 79, close enough. And both of those charts have potential. So let's look at the Mana one first. Okay, I'll get to the 5-minute chart. It was affected by the drop this morning and then just sideways. And then we have very little room between the Bollinger Bands, less than 2%. If we were doing a price alert at support, that would be probably right around 45 cents, but we're pretty close to that now in that situation. Might use a longer time frame, but I'm not seeing anything on the 15-minute chart or let's see, the 30, nope. Let's look at the hour. So this is the lowest Mana has been, since Wednesday the 24th, so about 10 days. I don't usually go back this far to try to get a price support, so I'm probably just going to write off that particular approach for the moment and go straight to my indicators on the 15-minute chart. I would ordinarily look at divergence for these. I had divergence alerts set up today, but they were going off every 15 or 30 minutes for bullish divergence. But as you can see, the candle action's not having it. It's just going sideways and down. So the point is, I just don't think bullish divergence is the way to go until we have a better defined move from Bitcoin. So with that in mind, I'm probably going to bail on bullish divergence until I see that. So I think the better approach is going to be supertrend. The trend is your friend, and it's going to have to hook up probably a couple percent before it triggers a buy alert. And then you're going to want to confirm that with your RSI or whatever your indicator you're using for confirmation. I've added the squeeze momentum. I've had this for a couple of weeks. So I'd want to confirm with those two to make sure that the buy alert is worthwhile. So, and that's an easy alert to set on Supertrend. Right click on this. You can go both directions if you want. That's probably what I would do. I go both directions thinking, yeah, this is an AA score. And what's my notification? I'll go with 3 notes reverb. Yeah. So what it might do is something like this. Pick a sell. It's on a sell now. Might give a little bit of a buy that I reject and then hit another sell that I take, and it drops further. So that's if you're trading on leverage like a lot of us do. If you're trading spot, you're only going up. In that situation, you would just set your alert on Supertrend with the buy option. You ignore the direction change in the sell. So that's Supertrend. And then here's another problem on the RSI strategy that I like so much. See how this keeps bouncing above the 30 and then dropping, bounce above, drop, bounce above, drop. There's 4 or 5 instances where this goes up from the 30, but it doesn't really go anywhere after that. So you can see the trend of the candle action is just down. So I don't know how effective this is going to be, the 1, 2, 3 dip, if it's just heading down. So on our 1, 2, 3 dip strategy, at 9 o'clock this morning, we had this huge drop. That's drop dip 1, dip 2, dip 3, dip 4. So you probably get in here, dip 3, but it just keeps dropping. It's not horribly so. And you'd probably still be in that trade if you took it. You'd be down maybe 4%, which on a spot trade isn't bad.
Yeah, but you're looking at it if you're looking at it as a dip trade, I think you're probably disillusioned, because it's not dipping through normal circumstances. It's
That's true.
dipping through out external factors. So I think it'd be very dangerous to take that as a dip trade.
Well, that's the conclusion I was going to reach. I was going to say on a spot trade, it probably won't hurt you that bad, but I'm still not encouraging it. But the overall message is here is we shouldn't be doing probably any long moves until we have a better feel for what Bitcoin's going to do. So that's why I'm encouraging the super trend approach, and even that, be careful. Maybe go in at a third to half of your usual amount, either set stop losses or be ready to ladder buy, have those funds set aside, or just chill for a couple days and see what happens. So, but I can't exactly come on here and have a 30-minute Zoom call about chilling for the next couple days. So we got to do something. All right. So any questions on mana before we move on? This is going to be a pretty consistent trend. The Didex will be different. We'll look at that in a minute. Okay. Now Didex was very interesting because it had a big pump right before that dump. Your little dip, big pump, big drop, big pump again. This is the only one I've seen that really pumped after the let's see, did I trade this? I traded something else that did something similar, but and then it sort of had a delayed drop, afternoon, and now it's going sideways. So I'm not sure what to do with this. Again, there's really no place to put a price alert on the 15-minute. Divergence. We do have bullish divergence, but these have been going off all day. I turned mine off. Got tired of hearing them. So again, I'm not feeling good about bullish divergence right now. Super trend on this. I think that's the way to go. Wait till you get a buy order with a confirmed move. Might even want to add another indicator. Get confirmation that way. It's interesting that at least on this one, it hasn't dropped below 30 yet. So with that in mind, I mean, again, quick review of this strategy. What I like to do is set an alert on RSI if it dips below 30 and comes back, and that's a potential long trade. If it breaks above 70 and drops, that's a potential sell. So if I bring out my vertical line, I'll show you some examples. Like here, it drops below the 70 and then has a really nice move down. Right about here, down to here. So that's 2%. And as far as 4% if you stay in that long. And then here, yeah, I'm not sure where this trigger is, whether it's this one or this one. It's this one, you could be in trouble on the long side. Yeah, I might have done okay on that one. I'm usually just going for 1%, a 10x leverage. If you're trading spot, you probably want bigger numbers than that, maybe 2 or 3%. So you might still be in that trade on that scenario. Okay. So if you do want to go with the RSI, catch trades both directions, since this one does seem to have some movements that aren't totally dependent on Bitcoin. Add an alert. We're going to go with our entering channel. 70 on top, 30 on the bottom. Once per bar close. That way it stays on until you turn it off. And it's an AA score purchase. I trade 1, 2, 3 dips on a different account, a different sub account, so I use a different alert. Go chirpy on that, and that's how you do that. It creates this rectangle here. So when it shoots up here and drops, it'll trigger I'll catch this one. In theory, maybe I would have caught this one, but this was kind of a mess. I'm not sure how exactly how it would have gone with the alerts. So that one's kind of interesting. We'll see how it plays out. Any questions on Dydex? Okay. So that was, we looked at 2 AA scores. I sometimes look at this 1 hour projected range if I want to scalp something. Let me reload this. Like 3% or more usually on the middle value. This isn't bad. RSR 2% in the middle. Let's check that out. Okay, it's a little disappointing. Big drop, little pump, sideways. So on this one, I would just go with the super trend. Yeah, the sell happened before the big drop, so I wait for you to get a signal, a buy signal with multiple confirmations. Though we do have the RSI trending up and the squeeze momentum turning green. We do have 4 small green candles on the 15 minutes, so this one might be ready to turn around. It did just cross. We're not in a 1, 2, 3 dip situation necessarily. Trade with caution, my friends. Okay, well, that's RSR. Let's look at one more on Altcoin Alert before we head over to iCoinPro. So the other one I like is the long-term sentiment score matched up with the Elder Impulse. Sentiment is Twitter data, what people are talking about. Elder Impulse, it's a technical indicator when they match. It's worthy of further investigation. So not getting many matches. EWT, whatever that is. I've got no matches on that, so we won't be using that one. Less precise sort is social activity and trading activity. MTL, both on fire. It's up 18% today. Huh. Kind of curious about that one. It's on Coinbase. I knew I'd heard of it. That's on Binance too. Okay, kind of going sideways this afternoon. Really good movement between the Bollinger Bands. This one's intriguing. And it's on Coinbase, so anyone can trade it in the US. On our 15-minute chart, super trend. This was the drop, but it's come back about halfway from that. So drop down here to 10%. Reclaimed a lot of it, so that's a strong move. So I'm kind of liking this one as a spot trade. I click super trend buy, and that was social activity sort. Get a different one. Give it calling. Okay, any questions on Altcoin Alert, on MTL, what we just looked at, some of the others? Went through these kind of fast because I kind of blew off my usual divergence analysis because I don't really trust it right now. Okay, any coins you want to look at on Altcoin Alert? The audience is quiet. Very well. Let's go over to iCoinPro, home of the 1, 2, 3 dip. And I like iCoinPro for a couple information sorts. The RSI SPY is my favorite. I will sometimes use the Buddy coin crawler as well. The RSI SPY, like it sounds, is going to let me know on the 1 hour RSI what's below 30, because those are usually due for a comeback. And today was such a downer that we've got 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day RSIs below 30. So sort of a take your pick, whatever beaten down coin you want to track and see might come back. So I have traded Alice before, YFII, Band, OGN, XVS, Zen. Zen I can trade on leverage. Sushi I can trade on leverage. Kayla. So let's look at Zen. All right, drop, slight recovery. They all look like this, it seems like. So I'm not gonna have much new to say, unfortunately. On the 15-minute super trend, yeah, I think that's the way to go. Wait for that to recover. We do have some signs of recovery in the other indicators. Got some green here in the momentum, trending above on the RSI. So when we do get a buy signal, it might be good to go, with assuming that those indicators stay as they are. Let's see, what else can we look at? There was also OGN. Which is on most exchanges except the one I'm trading on right now, BitGet. Yeah, it's nearly exactly the same. Drop, sideways, starting to trend up here on these indicators, but no buy signal yet from supertrend. Trying to find one that looks here. I'll sort it the other way, see if we can find something that looks a little different. Well, metal we looked at already. The rest of these are, a lot of these are Bitcoin pairs, which I don't trade. Yeah, so that's not very useful. Oh, let's look at the Buddy coin crawler. And let's look at the fear and greed index. This is neutral. Not much use there. The Buddy coin crawler. Buddy coins are what iCoinPro folks use to describe the coins they're following throughout the day. They usually choose 3 to 5 coins. I choose 6. I take 2 from Altcoin Alert, 2 from iCoinPro, and then 2 from my Bybit sort. And then set alerts on all those and follow them throughout the day. So those are my usual Buddy coins. I'm looking for values usually 5% and higher due to the big drop we had today. There's a bunch of them that have that value. And the average low to SMA sort is the 24-hour low compared to the SMA line, which is the red lines you see between the Bollinger Bands on my charts. So you can see we've got quite a few double digits. Ape, Sand, these are coins I've traded. Let's look at Ape. And iCoinPro has this cool thing where you can drop down, click your trading view chart, and it'll go to a 5-minute chart for the most recent layout you've had on the coin you've selected. So Ape on the 5-minute chart looks like everything else. Drop, sideways. This is an SMA line, this red line here, and then these are Bollinger Bands. And on the 5-minute, we've got a little over 2%. But this is, since it's gone back 24 hours, this is the reason that value is so high. But It's a practical matter. It doesn't really give us anything new to look at that we haven't seen. Okay, well, this is intriguing. That's a 5-minute chart. On the 15-minute, yeah, we don't have a buy signal yet from supertrend, but well, this came up a little bit. Now it's already starting to peter out here. So I don't know. Might be going sideways and down for a while. So that was Ape. We'll look at quick look at one more on CoinCrawler, and then we'll wrap it up. Sand was the other one that looked interesting potentially. Good volume. Okay, on the 15. Oh, we looked at this already. This is from this morning. Yeah, this is from this morning. So yeah, pretty much looks the same. Waiting for that super trend signal on the long side. Pretty good move here on the RSI. Bright green on the momentum, mostly trending up here. So not financial advice, but this one might be worth taking a chance on. Just be cautious. All right. Well, due to my super trend only analysis, we blew through about 8 coins when we usually do about 5 or 6. So I'm not seeing a point of going over any others unless there's something specific you folks want to look at. So what, I'll throw something out there a little different. I've been doing a little bit of, I'd say it's swing trading. Litecoin has a halving coming up. I believe in, is it August or later in June? But anyway, had a Litecoin trade going. It was doing really well until today. But I did a stop loss in profit, so it ended up saving my profit. But I thought that was an intriguing setup. Let's look at Litecoin real quick. Yeah, at the end of May, I had buys in at 91 and 83. And it went up to 96, but then dropped today and took me out. My stop loss got hit here. So I'm back in. Can't remember what it is, maybe 85 or so. And my goal is to get out at around 99, right around here. So if you're looking for a swing trade, the Litecoin halving coming up, it's been in the crypto news off and on for a couple months, and it's sort of gone to more of a privacy coin, so it has more utility than it used to. I use it from time to time to move from one exchange to another. It's fairly quick, it's inexpensive. So, again, not financial advice, but that's one you guys might want to check out. Yeah, that's about all I have to say on that. Anything else you folks want to talk about? Day trading, swing trading, Altcoin Alert, iCoinPro? All right, folks. Well, then I will wrap it up here. If you're watching on the recording, I appreciate that. Hope to see you live next time. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment to help support the channel. If you're a Carbon member, stick around. We will be back shortly for that Zoom call. If you're not a Carbon member, you can head out now, or you can be a fly on the wall. You might not know what we're talking about, but you might find it interesting. Bye.